3 years ago, I stepped onto the Sheridan College campus with little to no real identity for who I was and what I wanted to ultimately become. Just like every other 18-year-old kid, I pictured myself climbing the ranks of college basketball and one day joining the league. And as far as my academics, I had little to no vision for how my elementary education degree would serve me in the future. It wasn't until I met this man, Sundance Wicks, professional basketball trainer, that I was first humbled and also at the same time enlightened. Sundance threw a couple facts my way. He shared with me that of the some 4,500 Division I basketball players, less than 0.01%, or approximately 40 to 60 players, would move on to solidify a career in the NBA. Honestly, it took a long time for me to deal with the reality of this information. However, at the very time that I was receiving this reality check, an opportunity was thrown my way, and I could not give up this opportunity. My coach at Sheridan got me in the door with Coach Shy and the rest of the UW coaching staff. However, there was one catch. I would have to join the team as a walk on, which inevitably meant I would have to embrace a completely different set of roles. Because my role in this new team was changing, my perception was ultimately changing of what it meant to be a collegiate athlete. And because I was able to humble myself and change my perception, I unknowingly opened a door to my life that would connect my social identity of being a basketball player to that of my degree as an educator. And so my journey as a facilitator began. Any way I could help, I wanted to. And soon this idea grew in me. It transcended the walls of the gymnasium and spread into my everyday life. In me, I felt a passion of inspiration building. I realized that in facilitating others' growth, I was simultaneously gaining new experiences that was uniquely changing me, and it felt good. It was at this point that I definitively knew I wanted to educate for a profession, but I wanted to do it the right way. Each and every one of us are on a unique journey. Education is but a stepping stone, and with this in mind, I committed myself to becoming a master facilitator. However, what does it mean to be a master facilitator? I once heard of a rule to mastery. In order to master your craft, whatever it may be, one must diligently and purposefully practice at least 10,000 hours. It's kind of intimidating when you really think about it. And this is what I find so appealing about teaching. I am literally surrounded by opportunities to master my craft of facilitating through teaching. Whether it be math, science, or any other of the subjects that are commonly taught, each student has a particular skill set, approach, and various gifts. I view my role as a teacher to liberate students from commonality and encourage them to rejoice in who they uniquely are. And this is the beauty of the gift I've received to be a part of this basketball team. For without it, I certainly would not have been forced to change my outlook on life, growth, in all areas, and facilitation as a teacher. One of my old coaches once told me that everything in life is either a blessing or a burden. It just depends on how you perceive the situation. When some look at me, they may see a typical college basketball player and all the stereotypes that go along with it. However, I see myself as one who is simply lucky enough to work alongside a great group of guys day in and day out, and for that I am eternally grateful. Because without them and without this opportunity and identity of being a walk on student athlete, I would never have gained the perceptions of life that I now have today.